Yeah, so I was able to borrow that tap from work and it was perfect. A little bit of oil and it cleaned that thread out nice where, look at that, I can turn it by hand to get it started now nice and easy. So we'll put the 3/4 wrench on that and send it home. And same thing, cleaned out that side. So I'll bring this tap. I got permission from the guy to hold this till next week, Mike, just in case you don't have this tap. But here we go, man. Look at that. All kinds of room. Can get my index finger around there. This just slides up this little plastic tube retainer. So plenty of room to put the hose and the clamp on right there. The tap was essential. Cleaned out the thread, some Teflon, replaced the steel with stainless steel. And that's about it till we get our hose. And, you know, I could maybe get the flashlight and do a more, I'm kind of thinking a nice little slot or a small hole right in here. Once I know the OD can't be that big, it's probably going to be very similar to fuel line, 3/8 ID fuel line, whatever the OD is of that. And basically the same thing right there. Here I could easily get a drill on this side in and just have a nice round hole. Here it'd be a little harder. There are some clips here. Looks like they're just a Christmas tree clip. Perhaps here I just take a knife and put a small slot right in here for the tubing to go through, but I really like it. Good morning. Heading down to Cooter's garage. Check that back tire carrier out. That's good. Got the top down. Yeah, today is a cooler project. Me, Dan, and Mike. Keeping the grill off, should be fine. It's not gonna rain. This is all exposed right here, but just tie wrapped up. So we'll head down to Connecticut and hopefully have a great day. I heard the Creeper Man's gonna stop by. He's been out in Italy for several months, so it's gonna be nice to see him. And obviously maybe do a little bit of talking and planning for our upcoming trip. All right, stand by, should be a great day. Yeah, you're looking at it, 2 retirees. Dan will only work if he's sitting on a bench. I've been his gopher. I've been getting all the parts. Cooter's over here. He's hiding. He's camera shy today. He's pulling off the, him and Colin are pulling off the return line. You can see Colin's over here taking a tubing cutter because it is just easier. And that's exactly what you need to cut that and get that return tubing line out. So basically 3 power steering coolers are being installed today. This one's mounted, so we're gonna get the other 2 mounted, then go get our hose. We got Dan's rig over here. Yep. Actually, I thought it was a clip. It's a little plastic clip. You just need a, the center pulls out and then that comes right off. So if you just get a little pick tool, you can pull the center out and it comes right off. So you can see each Jeep is stripped down in the front to make the room that's needed. The grills are off and we'll get these coolers mounted. Well, it's kind of nice having the 3 4-doors in here. And even though Duane doesn't own a 4-door, we said, hey, stop by. Hey, say that in Italian. You tricky part right here because we want to utilize this obviously. So if this carefully gets cut, it's a crimp, then we can crack that open and hopefully we'll see a bit of a flared end on it so that the new hose can go on over that with a clamp. So that's what's going on with that.
I'll get you the little saw.
Colin, Mike. Meanwhile, the holes should be, so I'll get a nutsert. We'll just verify that the nutsert drops into these holes nice, okay? I'll go get a couple certs for you, and I'll get you the tool.
Break through it.
So good news, Mike was exactly right. See how it has a nice flared end right there? Let me zoom in on that.
It makes sense using this,
Yeah.
how they use this tool.
So now our hose will actually go on that, and then we'll put one of those, I guess they call them cordon clamps, or Corbin clamp, and basically continuous 360 degree of pressure on that. So this is a key piece that you need. This is the return line in the back port of the steering box. And then this will go into the cooler. Maybe. All right, so pilot holes, and we open it up, then we get our finish hole for our 1/4 20 nut certs.
We can go to Colin and I'll run to the store again. Just put that on there to make sure they're in a good spot.
Oh, you're right. You didn't feel good about it?
No, I just.
All right. This is a real nice nutsert tool. You can see we got our 1/4-20 nutserts installed. Dan's doing a little painting over here, and we'll get the nutserts mounted on Mike's Jeep.
Good.
What I like is when you look at it this way, you can see that the cooler's really inside there, man. I mean,
It's not close to where it's going to hit anything either.
No.
well, that's good. So we did something right. Looks like everything's lining up nice. Cooler in blue balls, cooler in Recon 1, cooler in Black 5. So far, I mean, that's really good right there. I like it. I like it. And Dan wants to change the belt. So for you JK guys, know that if you're going to change the belt, you got to take the alternator off because the alternator faces the firewall. No big deal. Still an easy job. So we'll get to that. But right now, it's definitely, so far, everything has gone well with what we're doing for the power steering cooler. All right, just we took that alternator off to change the belt. As you JK guys know, it's faces the firewall. So undid the 5 bolts, various sizes, 13, 15, and 16. Plop it out of the way. You can see the belt is just sitting in the go position. After we compress the tensioner, we'll put that belt on the pump. And another good thing to have done here today down at Mike's garage. All right, I used my syringe, sucked that out because you can see the connectors off of here. I'm going to be cutting my line down there just like Mike did. So I'm going to try cutting it with dikes. Just make sure I got the right one. I'm going to cut that bitch. I do what we got to do here. This thing's got to come out. So there's one section. You can see we just
So
took
this
dikes.
is what we need to cut.
Yep.
On the other side, though, we're not using this at all.
We might
We might.
using that.
I don't.
wouldn't
Yeah,
destroy
I'm
it.
not going to destroy it. You're right.
Yeah, keep it for now.
Because we could do the same type of thing. All right, so that's strained. And so now you can see it's cut right there. I'll zoom into that. You can just see it at the end of the radiator where I cut it with the dike. So it comes across. Now I'll probably get that flare wrench and undo the steering box side. No, that's what we're going to get. So he's going to, yeah, same thing. Yeah, so Duane is going to break that crimp. And then, so I probably got to do another cut now or something, Dan? Let me see. Yeah, let me see. Get your hand out of there. It's a piece of rubber hose. So they use rubber hose. Okay, once again, so here's my steering piece. So this comes out of the steering box just like that. Duane cut that coupling, so that's where we'll hook on. Meanwhile, we had to do a cut right here and take a Christmas tree out. Very difficult to get at. And a cut right there. All right, so here's this piece here goes up to the reservoir. Small chance we use it, but we could if we wanted to, if we cut the coupling right here, and then we would have a nice flared end. So we'll be careful with that, and you can see the other cuts to get it out. So meanwhile, Dan has just cut. So he's working on getting the Christmas trees out. Yep.
We got this one out.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're tough.
I think I need just a longer screwdriver to get in there.
Okay, long screwdriver. So Dan's return line. Now this is a 2013 anniversary Rubicon, and you can see it was just all corroded badly, and it just twisted it. So he's going to get a probably end up buying another return line, sacrificing it to get the piece that we need. So Mike just came back with a hose. Duane, open that up right there. We'll show him these clamps.
Yeah.
These are kind of nice. The
Joe himself?
cordon clamp.
When he wakes up? Yeah. Okay, perfect.
Squeeze that with the pliers. Continuous clamping power on the barb and the hose. So standard, yeah. So we're pretty happy with that. So we cut the return lines in several pieces to get it out of this Jeep, out of my Jeep, and out of Mike's Jeep. So time to take a break. All right, so Mike's clamp, he did his homework. I think he's got the OD at about 5/8 of an inch. And we just did a little test on it. You can see that's perfect. Very nice. So it's out of the way. Mike size that hose nicely. Basically just cut across with the knife right through there. And then if we go inside, you can see that the next hose connection is right there.
Thanks, Colin.
Same type of thing. All right, so this is power steering hose that Mike bought, I think. Yeah, look at that. Actually says return 3/8 ID, and I think Mike said it was good for 200 or 300 psi, which is way more than enough for the return line. So you can see that we already have this worked out really nice going through there. Once Dan gets it on the reservoir, then we'll just have a nice little gradual loop down in, and we'll make another cut. Yep. And the hose idea, good. Everyone had a lot of good ideas to help make this thing work. Your idea about cutting the coupling down there and reutilizing that was key.
Well, the less joints we can put in there, the better. Yeah.
So one joint right there only, because here the hose just goes through, comes around, and let's just show them right there. You can see it coming into the reservoir. So we went underneath this plastic that the air box snaps into, because it gives you a more nice gradual return into the reservoir. Yeah, home run. Dan had a good idea. There was a clip behind here like a flag. Cut it off, snapped it back into its original location. Then you just take the little push pin and you put it in there and it expands it. A good look at the hose. I think it's really nice. I think at this point I can probably put my steering box, start putting some of that back together, utilize the time. But I'm sorry. So Mike just, oh boy, got to add some more fluid in there.
Air.
Put a funnel on that thing. Yeah, we sucked out all the. That's that power steering pump. Oh yeah, we gotta. Yeah, we can also just turn the wheel. Yeah, that's not bad. Oh yeah, she needs more. Yep, she needs another. Yeah, I mean that reservoir is good. Plus you're filling all that hose.
That new cooler.
Yeah, and that's +4, right?
Yep.
Okay. Keep going.
You can see it. I'm not looking.
Yeah, keep going. Stop. You're about a 1/4 inch over, but I'm sure there's still room. So perfect fit. There you go. It's really slick. So the easy part of this job really is the hose work. The hardest part of the job was removing the return line.
I good there?
Yeah. Yep. And as you know, we had one shear off. So
Okay, so we can put the box back on.
well, we got another hose. We got another hose to do.
Yeah.
Gotta have a little sense of
You got
humor
your
here.
clamp on there?
Yeah,
Yep.
he does. Yeah. What the hell happened there?
No,
There you
it
go.
just I had to push
All right.
it back in to get it in
Yeah.
spot.
Okay. Yeah. Perfect.
Those clamps look good.
Oh, they are. It's nice and tight. Perfect.
So if we need to,
Perfect.
bring this extra hose, throw it in somebody's Jeep.
Well, no, this is for your Jeep now. We still need.
Well, we won't need all of it, right?
You're gonna need quite a bit. So
Okay.
this is the long. This piece is kind of long. I mean, it was almost what I said. Maybe
I
like
bought 15.
like
That should be enough, right?
yeah. You got enough here. You got enough. Yep. So you can see that we're just putting the throttle body, the air ductwork back in. We used throttle body cleaner, cleaned out his throttle body. It's pretty gummed up. That cleaner did a nice job. The air temp sensor's plugged in right there. This will end up plugging in there shortly.